Hi everybody, welcome to day 2 of Wish Upon a Quilt Kimberbell event, or the comedy hour, or anything else you can think of. But the news keeps getting worse and worse, and yet it gets better and better. So we just thought we're going to continue this. Hopefully you guys did some of the project that Costa talked about yesterday. But before we jump into that, I want to show you a couple things we have based off some of your comments. And one of them is the pillow project. And Katie, this is called again?
That is the Sea Creature Snuggle Pillow Pals.
Okay, we got a couple comments. We got phone calls yesterday regarding this pillow. It is a project for your kids / you. Let's keep them busy. We actually have 3 panels, all on our website. Each panel has 4 projects, Katie?
Yes, 4 projects.
4 projects. Yesterday we had 4 phone calls. We're already shipping some of these out today. This keeps the kids involved. Then we had somebody pick up yesterday a starter machine. We're not taking pictures. We're not getting close because of social distancing, but I wanted to show you this. We have a factory outlet machine, and it's our Janome DC 1050. We have a tremendous price on this. This is great for your kids. This is great maybe for grandma. This is maybe great for you. It's another way to look at projects, family time together. We think you're really going to like these, and they're doing quite well.
And they're great for traveling if you have a class when all of that starts up again.
Great. Let me go over here, Katie, please. A couple more things before we start. We put on our newsletter this morning, and hopefully you're getting our newsletter, but the Jacqueline Dijon Lady of the Lake kit came in. Finally. Social distancing. So, excuse our camera angles.
And the long arms.
And the long arms. That's right. And not a long arm machine, just a long arm. Lady of the Lake kit. They're in. Please call the store. Please email us. We're ready to ship these out. And if you haven't ordered these, please take a look. This is pretty cool. It's on our website. As you know, we will be having Jacqueline Dijon at Wish Upon a Quilt in August. Details to follow. But here's the kit you all have been asking for. Last but not least, one other machine we wanted to show you. This baby weighs 14 pounds. That's it. It's the SOA 780 DC. It is a great starter machine. It is a great travel machine. It is a great machine to bring to the lake, to bring to the cabin, maybe for your kids in their playroom, wherever you want to go. Oops, sorry. Oops, sorry.
Lots of stitches available on that machine.
Last but not least, we have a few of these left. I don't know if you guys have seen this. We sold a bunch at Christmas. We reordered some. But these are batiks aprons in a bottle. We have probably a dozen left because, like I said, we reordered. Again, another great gift idea / project idea for you and the kids or yourself. You just twist that bottle, apron comes out, have some fun.
Pattern included.
The pattern is included in there. We won't be able to tell you if you order a pink or a blue because they're all grouped together. If you can request it, we'll try to fulfill it. But otherwise, we have a yellow one, we have a purple one, etc. So take a look at these. Again, we're just trying to give you guys some ideas and try to have some fun. The response to yesterday's video was pretty good. I don't even know how to explain it, but we're doing this kind of off the cuff. And we talk at night. We try to put a few things together. And what do I do with this? Oh, well.
What are we looking for?
The kit.
It's up front.
Oh, it's right here?
I hear a voice. There must be somebody here who's getting ready to teach. I haven't introduced
And I'll be
them
talking
yet.
about the kit too, Frank.
So, on our website, yesterday, Judy, Katie, Chris, Janice, even Lylene came in. And we put together a kit for you. We're going to share this on Friday. We're going to walk through how to get there today, but it's on our website right now. We wanted to show you what it is because on our website right now we didn't have this. That's how quick we moved. So, the only way we could get Costa back here today, because he just doesn't like to be in front of the camera if you notice, is we had to put a large order in for Diet Pepsi. And we have Diet Pepsi in the Janome room. We have Diet Pepsi in our break room. We have Diet Pepsi in our cutting room. It's the only way we could get this guy in here because he's afraid of the camera. Honestly, he's not. And he's been great doing this. And he's putting his heart and soul into this project for you. So when you do have questions or I don't know how to cut this, I'm not sure of the length, just go to our Facebook group. We'll be answering that all day today. We'll be answering that tomorrow. We're going to show you the finished product tomorrow. So we're not going to be able to teach this as a class. Think of this as a sew-along. Think of this as a project idea. And we'll be on Facebook answering your questions. So, without further ado, we had to beg, borrow, steal, bribe with Diet Pepsi.
Yes!
But we do have Costa here to continue day 2 of the wishuponaquilt Kimberbell kit event.
Hey everybody, I am so glad to be here. I'm so stoked to be here. I've been up for 2 days. I am so ready for this class, I can't tell you. Yesterday, I want to recap sort of what we did. So you know that we are doing, it's called a time to coast. We are not, and once again, those of you who are tuning in for the first day today, I know y'all missed me yesterday. Some people have texted me, called me, said, Costa, hey, I really still want to be it, but I forgot that they're going to turn in. I hope you're remembering to tune in today. And this is our second day. I gave y'all some homework to do. I hope you did. If you're following along, you may just be keeping all these videos online. They'll be there for you, and you can run them again. And then you can ask questions on our Facebook group page. Frank, give me that name again. It's Wish
Stay-at-home projects.
Wish Stay-at-home projects at Wish. Okay, so we are so excited. So I'm going to ask for the camera to turn this way for me at my special table that Frank's set up for me. Now, real quick, Frank, stay close, please, because I may need you later on. One of the things we're going to do...
I do that all the time.
Oh! One thing we're going to do is, you can see my things. There are 5 blocks in the time to coast row. That's all we're going to do. I'm going to even change the dimensions of those blocks.
Costa, move over a little bit and I can get a better picture of the piece.
Yes. Good. Oh, great. So these are 3 of the 5 blocks. The other 2 are on the cutting table, which I'll be using. The other 2 are palm trees. As you know, there are 5 blocks. I have done the right dimensions as of the book's explanation on how to do the backgrounds. But we are going to cut them right with our, just like it says in the book, with our orange pop rulers. The change will be that I'll tell you there'll be one change that you will have to make so that it fits the project I'm making this for. All right, come over here with me, Katie. I'm going to get on the other side of you to show you what's going to be included in the kit Frank talked about. You know and I know that the quilt that you are getting, called the Vintage Boardwalk Kit and Book and Quilt, will not include this project. So if you're using fabric from that, you will be short of fabric from your quilt. So either way, you're going to have to come up with extra boardwalk fabric. Okay, so that's what we've done here. This is my experimental kit. This is the kit that Judy, Katie, all my wonderful colleagues here have put together for you. So let's go through it real quick. If you could, I'm going to show you some things that I did. First of all, these first 6 pieces right now are the pieces you will need to come up with your blocks, okay? Your embroidered blocks, the actual row that's going to be in our project, the time to coast row. So let's go through them real fast with Katie as my wonderful, she's going, you can see that this is going, you'll use in the palm leaves, and I even had one pre-cut. So the palm leaf of your palm, you are going to use this in your palm trees. This is going to be the top of your bus, the herringbone white. This green that we've cut you will be the actual bus in aqua. I used, because I didn't have this piece, again, the experimental, I got it, thank you so much. The experimental quilt was my pulling literal scraps from Kimberbell and from whatever I had from the shop to do it. But I really loved this, but I only had this for my VW. So use this. This is what we put in your kit for your VW. Yes, I'm absolutely right. For your VW. Your VW. So your bicycle has no applique in it at all. except the one thing. You are going to need, that will not be in your kit, a little piece of vinyl. So this piece of vinyl, you can pick it up from us. It's a very small piece. You may have some from another project. That's why I did not include it. It uses it for the beach ball, as you can see, the windows of your bus and the windows of your VW. You will follow her directions and you will do a tack down line and then trim to about 1/16 of an inch, really close to the stitches, but not on the stitches because you don't want it to come apart. So there's your vinyl. Next thing we did not put, because it's so tiny, you need a scrap of brown some way. I use this. You can use anything for the tree trunks of the palm trees. It's like nothing. And we just didn't see about putting a fat 16th in the kit for that. Some of you have so much brown around, or whatever you use as a blender, or whatever. You could use a light cream to do it. It's okay. Whatever you have, it's very, I'll even show you. Katie, you can see it. You can see how little that little piece was. That's all you need for your 2 palm trees. Last but not least is the background of your fabrics, of your blocks. Now the background of your blocks, friends, are, we use the new Kimberbell Basic has a very tiny polka dot in many colors. We had this light blue. I had it at home. Unfortunately, we decided as halfway through that we really loved the orange, a very light orangey thing. So we put this block, this dot in your quilt. And that's going to be their background, Katie. And that's what we're going to use as their background for their, because we felt like it was picking up and it would really look good. The next piece that you're going to need to pull out and have it ready for tonight is your boardwalk piece in your kit. You do not have this in your quilt. This truly is another color that Kim Christopherson came up with, but did not use it in her quilt because she wanted to use it in this project. So again, you've been given this strip, and we're going to cut this strip at a certain dimension when I give it to you in just a minute. I'll talk to you about dimensions and all that. All right, so these are what's in your kit. Then I need you to pull this big piece for a reason. In our mystery, I'm going to show you that there's a bigger piece. You'll know that it's a lot. It's I think a half yard of thing. It's one of your biggest pieces in your kit. That you'll need that eventually. Just pull it out. And the red cherries, Katie, they'll need this. Red cherries has been cut. It's a little bit wider than the rest. I need you to have some red cherries, and you'll be using the red cherries. Okay? So you'll have your red cherries, and that will be used also. The rest that's going to be in the kit, mine's sort of piled up in here, is you will have 13 fat 16ths in this package. All Kimberbell from different lines of Kimberbell. You will have from Whisk Upon a Christmas or whatever. You will have.
We wish you a Merry Christmas.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. Thank you. Boardwalk. A lot of Boardwalk is going to be in these fat 16ths, and a lot of basics. These were curated actually by Lori because she was trying to get some popping colors and really use a lot. So once again, you will have these. I will tell you what you're going to do with those. Keep those 14 to the side. When I say 13, excuse me, keep those 13 to the side. One last piece I forgot to tell you. It's really cute, and it's not Kimberbell, but we loved it so much. It was this little piece that has little tires. They're like little tires. We got this line, Frank, of car fabric. And so Judy yesterday said, I love this because we got to use it for these 2 tires. So it turned out, you can see them a little bit in my bus. Somewhat in my bus. But the best part is, look what I did. I sort of fussy cutted them a little bit and put them in the VW Bug last night. And they really turned out great. So use those. That's the other piece to pull out. So these are your appliques. And this is what you'll use for your blocks that you will actually embroider, applique, and do. Now I'm going to move to another spot in the store with Frank, and So I think we will have this boardwalk, so pull this out and we'll give you those dimensions. Move right here, Frank. Now, two things I need to show you in my, well, I guess I've got about 20 minutes left. I think we just started, I started about 11:10, so I'm okay. So here's what I want to show you that we're selling off the shelf and people don't know. This is called my hoop mat, and it's by Designs of Machine Embroidery. Some ladies have written me a lot and said, Costa, I'm having problems hooping. And one reason I love this, Frank, that we are selling is because, I'm sorry, Frank, I'm going to get in your way, that this will hold that back end. I am pushing against this baby, and it's not moving. So we want to make sure that it's not going to move. So you have a better hooping thing. Now I'm going to hoop my tearaway, like I told y'all yesterday, as if I'm going to do another applique block. Now, one thing is I've got to make sure it's open, nice and open. Sorry, Frank, I'm in everybody's way. And then I'm going to put my hoop in. It's not moving. I'm going to try to use the palms of my hand or whatever you do to press it in. Then I'm going to put it, it's so tight that, it's not going to move, that I like to put it to the edge of my table and start screwing that thing in. I had it open quite a way. Now, I'm going to tighten it up, Frank, and you're not going to believe this. It's nice and tight. Now, what I'm going to do, this is my trick. I have just hooped this. I've got it done. I'm going to pop my hooping, whatever it is, my block out. I pop it out. I go back. I got to use this again. I got to make my next block. Do not unscrew your frame. Don't unscrew it. I promise you that you're going to put this piece of stuff back in there. Don't unhoop it. It's going to fit again. You're going to put your palms, and it's right there. I didn't unscrew, but this hoop mat has held it. A lot of you ladies are using shelf lining. This is made a little bit like shelf lining, but it is even better because it's polyurethane that is very flat. The last thing, Frank, take a look at this, hon. You can see.
Don't call me hon.
Okay, don't call him hon. You know, guys, I was telling you guys something. Let me tell you, I'm going to give you a little aside. You know, I told y'all yesterday, call people and tell them you love them. I've been trying to call Frank for days to tell him I loved him, and he keeps hanging up on me. Can y'all please talk to him? I got to pray for him. All right, so anyway, look over here, Frank. You can see through the thing how I can get to the center of my hoop with that big center right there. So now I know where my center is, and I can lay whatever. So this is pretty cool that way, too. So hoop mat by Dime. I don't know what we're selling it for, but please, it is worth it for you. I wanted to show that to you because I got a question on that. Next thing, Frank, you may want to get on this side of me. I'm going to move this out of the way so the camera.
I love when he tells me what to do.
Oh, Frankie poop. So, if you guys can help me, pray for me while I have to work with Frank, I would really appreciate it. So now, one of my favorite things about Kimberbell is to use these orange pop rulers. Now, the orange pop rulers were really created so that all of her squares are uniform and a way to fussy cut your embroidery designs. I used my orange pop rulers to fussy cut fabrics, to do whatever. They're just great fussy cut things, rulers. Now, one thing is, I've got 3 rulers nested on top of each other, as you can see. In your package, if you bought it or if you don't have it, in your package, you will have these little things that are like this, Frank, that keep your ruler from moving. You know, it keeps it, it's a rough, like almost a sandpaperish that you put, and it keeps it from moving. I've got it on something. There it is. Keeps it from moving. And so you can put those on there. That's in the package when you purchase your orange pop. The reason I nest them is for support when I'm doing it. So I have to cut this particular one. If I'm looking at my book, which I've covered here, if I'm looking at my book, this is my small palm tree. I have 2 palm trees. There's the large and then there's the small. Okay, so we're going to start cutting it. Now, I've done something to the palm tree to follow Kim's thing, directions. I have put 1/4 of an inch. I've cut 1/4 of an inch or drew 1/4 of an inch here. I need to make sure that when I add my boardwalk fabric, that I am going to use that 1/4 inch that I'm going to sew so that the tree really lays right on that boardwalk. So I've got to have 1/4 of an inch. So that I've marked that because then that's where the bottom of my orange pop ruler is going to go. Now, I need some help here because I don't want to cut it. So I'm going to start nesting it for more support, and it really helps to nest it. The next thing I want, Frank, and you keep that camera right where you are, is that I need that center to center my design. Does that make sense? I'm center of my design. I've got my 1/4 inch, and if this fits on there, I like to nest it. It just works so much better. All right, so there you go. I'm all ready to go. I'm going to take, I used a 60 millimeter, but I really prefer the Olfa 45s, but I didn't bring my Olfa 45, and I'm using this one, and I really don't care that much for it, but because I really like our Olfa so much better, Frank, than this, but I forgot to bring my Olfa, and I don't, I could have opened another one. But anyway, let's use this. And the first thing I'm going to do, I'm on a rotary mat, Frank. So what I'm going to do is, I bought this from Wish. We do it by special order because they are, but I can turn this block to cut the other. So it's a very cool rotary mat. So I really want y'all guys to know that we do have these. We do them by special order. Because they're hard to hold around because we don't have a lot of room over there to do it. I'm going to take this, Frank, and you can see where the notch is, and I'm going to start on this side. And I'm going to go here and cut, fit. Then I turn my mat. I'm going to cut and fit, make sure this is right where I want it. It's perfect. And my blade mat, Frank, has got to be right against that orange ruler. So make sure your blade is right up against it, okay? I'm going to turn again. I'm ready to roll. I'm putting my blade up against, and again, I was very ridiculous to use, you don't need this big old blade. Just use your 45. I don't know why I did that, but, I think I just threw this in there. Okay, but make sure your blade this is a pretty sharp blade. So, all right, so now I'm ready to remove it. And there I am. And if in fact you've missed a spot or the thread is not separated, just go on and cut that off. All right, so there we go. There it is. Now, with these, the reason I chose this, Frank, for a reason. This, she really wants us to trim this because it really is a lot smaller. She wants it even smaller than that, okay? And because we have these alignment stitches, she'll tell you in the book, oh, please cut those. So off. So she's cut this to the thing. You can see how beautiful that is. I've got that 1/4 inch down there. You have a straight thing. The orange pop rulers are just amazing. With your rotary cutter. What is this thing called? I'm sorry. Chris, tell me what this is. My award-winning quilting lady. What is this called? Rotary? Rotating mat. Rotating cutting mat. Thank you.
I always call it a rotating cutting mat inside the hoop.
No, okay, so here it is. Okay, all Frank knows is inside the hoop, feed dogs.
Don't forget foot dog.
Foot dogs, right. Okay, oh my Lord Jesus. All right, so anyway, and we have 2 award-winning quilters here. Our wonderful teacher, Miss Jeannie, is here.
Hi, Jeannie.
Hey, Jeannie. Jeannie does a lot of classes. She's our beginning quilting class. She can quilt you know,
Wait till you
don't
see
stand
her.
around too long.
Wait till you see her doll class.
Oh, I love this Tilda doll. I almost stole it the other day. Oh my God, I need that Tilda doll. So, Frank, I really want to take that
We're
class.
gonna have a lot of fun making that.
Yes,
Darn right we are.
That's gonna be so awesome.
Yeah,
When
those are the
we get back
Tilda
to normal.
dolls. And she has done a beautiful job. If you look at really,
And
really,
there's
guys.
there's a quilt that goes too. Did you see the Perfect 5 quilt?
Here,
It's hanging somewhere.
we'll find it.
We'll find it. Give us a minute.
Go ahead. Finish
All right.
up.
So anyway, yes. So Jeannie's here visiting us today. So I needed to take a minute because sometimes she's sort of shy of the camera. So I wanted to embarrass her a little bit. And our next
Shy like you are.
I am so shy. You know, of course, Katie. Katie's not shy of anything. But the other person I really love here is Miss, and she's very shy, and she'll tell me off in a minute. But the end result being is Chris Harris is really an award-winning quilter. Her stuff is amazing. And so today she was able to help me put dimensions together. And that's our Tucker University thing. So, but Chris was really wonderful to help me put dimensions together because we really are changing a lot. So once you do this, I'm going to take and go on and cut, Frank. I'm going to cut this right here and make sure that I have got it nice and even. And go on and cut against your alignment. So when you've embroidered this, you're going to cut. So you have a really cute little palm tree here. And it doesn't matter, as long as you cut on that line and you have it straight, cut right on that line, and now you've got your perfect palm tree. All right? Now, here's what you're gonna do when you go home today. You're gonna take and you're gonna make all 5 of your, and unfortunately, ladies, I do not have my other palm tree. I think it got misplaced between here and there. But you'll have 2 palm trees. One's taller, much taller than the other. And I'm saying, ladies, I hope I have some guys out there sewing too. So I always forget and say ladies because I always see you guys. But gentlemen, I hope you're out there embroidering too today. So you're going to make 2 palm trees. Now, we're going to change some dimensions for you, okay? When you start putting these together, you've cut them now, correct? And let's go back to my table where they'll be cutting. I'm not going to cut these for you, but we can see that we've cut and you will have 2 palm trees, all right? Now, and they'll be these sizes. Again, this will be a 1/4 inch. You'll cut a 1/4 inch down here too, Frank. A 1/4 inch. Make sure you've marked a 1/4 inch. The first thing you do, if in fact, ladies and gents, if in fact that you have basted like I did yesterday and basted your block, make sure you take all your basting out. The next question you're going to ask me, Costa, do I leave the tearaway in or can I rip it out? It's up to you. What you're making, it'll be just as fine with or without it, okay? And I'm going to tell you that tomorrow. So here's what we're going to do today. You're going to put together all your blocks with a 1/4 inch once you have all 5 of them. But I'm not going, this is where we're going to switch directions and you are not going to do your row like Kim has told us. We're going to do one extra thing. Between the palm trees, Frank, we need to add a 4-inch strip. So I need you to cut a 4 by 6.5 inch strip, the same color of whatever your background of your blocks are. So between your palm trees, you'll have the short one, a strip, and the large one, or the tall one, however you see your scene. Then the next thing I want is the next 3. I want the bus, the Volkswagen, and the bike coasting along. And I'm sorry, Frank, I don't know where I put my tall, it may still be in the hoop for all I know. So 6.5, you're going to cut me one more 6.5 by 4-inch strip, piece of fabric that's going to go between the palms. Then you're going to sew, here's the way you'll sew it. You'll have, once you cut and you trim with your orange pops, you'll have small palm tree, your 4-inch strip, your tall palm tree, your bus, your beetle, and your bike. And now you're ready to roll. Once you've done that, then I want you to connect this piece in a 1/4-inch seam to this. All right? And make sure, I'm going to try to do this for you. Make sure that those wheels are on that boardwalk. So make sure, and the tree is on the boardwalk, and it looks sort of like that. Okay? Just connect it for now. When we get back tomorrow, I'm going to give you more dimensions on what to do with your boardwalk. Now, next thing, what you're going to cut. So you've got that work to do. You're going to put your blocks together. You're going to connect the boardwalk strip and put it aside. Now we're ready to attack these 13 fat 16ths. Sorry.
Say that 3 times.
No, 13 fat 16ths. So you're ready to attack them. And what you're going to do for me is you're going to make, of every piece, you're going to make 2 4-inch blocks. That's what I need. Of every piece, I need you to make 2 4-inch blocks. We've given you a lot of fabric there, so I would just make sure you have 2 4-inch blocks of every one of your, I keep forgetting, I think it's 13 pieces of fabric. Make 2 of every one. Now, there's 13 fat 16ths. Don't make them out of your applique stuff. Leave your applique stuff sacred. Once you've done your applique, you're done. Don't touch this fabric. We're going to do something else with that. Now, out of your red cherries, we're almost done. Thank you, Frank. Out of your red cherries, I need you to cut your red cherries in this dimension. We're going to do 1-inch strips of your red cherries, okay? And I'm going to tell you that just go on and cut 4 1-inch strips of this, and then I'll tell you what those dimensions will be later. Just do give me 4 1-inch strips, and this is what I need.
And also, we're throwing a lot of numbers at everybody.
Yes.
And there's a lot going on here in 30 minutes. So, Costa will be on the Wish Stay at Home Project page to answer your questions. And if you have questions on the cut or specific sizes, please just ask. We will get back to you today before tomorrow's video.
Right, and please ask us. If some of my embroiderers, my hoop sisters, all of you guys, you have my text, you have our number. We're open, I think.
Wish Stay at Home Projects.
Stay at Home Projects. And please know that you can contact me here. I'm probably going to, I'm also babysitting my nephew because my sister is still a lawyer. She's working. So I'll probably be leaving here. But please contact me. And anytime, if it's somebody we know and that you need to call me or something, I'm available for all my friends. Last thing, if Frank doesn't know we're doing this, I'm risking my job for this. But tomorrow,
and your life.
And my life, tomorrow, my friends, we are going to have a vintage boardwalk day. A vintage boardwalk day. We are going to be in here tomorrow, and we're going to dress up. I have a friend of mine in New York who I went to theater school with. Of course, I have an MFA in theater, and he does too. And he saw our videos he's watching right now, and he's telling me, he says, Costa, I can't believe that you're doing this without a costume.
Oh, boy.
And I said, oh, no, you don't know my boss. He's crazy. So I said, so what we're going to do, I'm going to dress up in my vintage boardwalk outfit, and you do the same. And what we want is to see pictures of some of your accessories and what you're doing with vintage boardwalk. Put that on our face group thing because we want to dress up and show that we are inside a vintage boardwalk. And it's got so many great possibilities for costuming that we're going to think, yes, and the only person that can't do this is Frank, because nobody wants to see that.
That's a fact.
And so, but we're going to dress up in our vintage boardwalk outfit. Katie's already shaking her head. Ladies, pull out your parasols, get your flip-flops with those flowers on, and come and join me here at our wishuponaquilt.com, or we will be on live Facebook tomorrow at 11.
Wish Stay at Home Projects.
And Wish Stay at Home Projects is for their pictures, but tomorrow, are we on that now? We are on Wish Stay at Home Projects. Thank you. So we're on Wish Stay at Home Projects. Come back to that. Some people may be just be on our Facebook page, but we are going to be dressing up. Send us your pictures tomorrow afternoon. Come on and dress up and join me. I will be dressed up. I've got my outfit ready. Baby!
It will be censored.
So it will be censored. Come on back down and come to us. We love you.
Thank you, Costa. Don't forget Lady of the Lake quilt kit. Don't forget this machine for your kids, your grandmother, your second machine. Look at Jeannie looking, thinking, what other class can I do once we get going here in May? What can we do? Everybody, thank you for joining us. We will be live tomorrow at 11.
Live tomorrow.
God. Give me strength with this person, please.